Okay, in this video we're going to create the orthocenter of a triangle. We select our polygon tool, click 3 points in counterclockwise order to create our triangle. And now, if you remember, the orthocenter is the intersection of 3 altitudes. And all an altitude is a perpendicular line, let's say a perpendicular line to BC that goes through the vertex A. So altitudes are perpendicular lines that go through the vertices of a triangle. So all we have to do is select our perpendicular line tool through point A and perpendicular to this line, and we have our first altitude. And then we follow here through C in this one. Oops. Through B in this side, and through C, oh that's fine, and this side. Sorry, sometimes the altitudes can go outside of a triangle, of course. And we just test this to see that everything's moving the way you want it to. I like to get the orthocenter inside the triangle as I'm constructing it. And now there's lots of ways to go from here. To keep it simple, I mean, we could mark the angles here. We could look at all sorts of things. We can create a segment. One thing you might do if you want to neaten this up is, first of all, find the intersection point of the altitudes and the opposite sides, like this. And then what you can do is you can create segments. Oops, one more. You want to find the orthocenter right here, which is point G. And if you find segments from G to E, G to F, and G to D, you can neaten this up by getting rid of the other lines, right? It depends what you're going for here, but to create the orthocenter right there, we've accomplished that. Now the question is, do you want to get rid of, right, these extraneous lines? Like maybe you want something that looks a little bit like this. It's a little bit cleaner to look at, right? But maybe you do want the full perpendicular lines and the altitudes. The last thing I would do then is just go to point G, Object Properties, and rename it to the orthocenter, and maybe change the color to blue or something. Alright, so now the blue point here is called the orthocenter. As we drag this around, we can see that. Now, if you don't like the way the text is positioned, another way to label it is to click your text box, scroll over, and attach some text to that point. The advantage here is that this text can be moved to any position you want, and it will follow the point. So you see where it is right now, it's below the other one we just made, but you might not like that position. So you can go to your position over here. It's already at the orthocenter, but you can add some X magnitude and Y magnitude to that by adding a point, and then it'll reposition the text. That might be something you like. It's up to you, but you can see that it's fairly easy to create the orthocenter of a triangle. If you label the angles here, you give students an opportunity to understand when the orthocenter is outside of a triangle and when it's inside of a triangle. And it's also fun, I think, for them to look at when is it on one of the vertices. You know, what's happening there. Alright, so I hope this helped.